the bar, I'm too persistent. With comment, no cast. Get it on my own, no collab. But a bar with me, that's a body bag.
Young people, fam. I was telling you, she going jazz, man. We're back in the building, blood. With another top 5 album review. Right now, we got man like MLC, Choppa, me versus me. You know what I'm saying? Me versus me. You know what I'm saying? The old self, no, the new self versus the new self. The old self versus the new self. You know what I'm saying? Me versus me, man. Obviously, MLC, Choppa for me, I can't even lie to you, he's in my top 10, blood. You know what I'm saying? So I was very, you know what I'm saying, I was highly anticipating this album right here. You obviously know there was some drama and all of them thing in the background and everything. They switched around and all that blood. People are trying to find out when the album's dropping and when it finally dropped. Listen, normally I take a long time to listen to an album because I need to be in the right mindset. But this one right here, it came out, I was onto it straight away from. I listened to it on what do you call it? I did a stream on Twitch as well. I did like a little listening party, but all my like reactions to MLC Choppa's music and them and all of that, it always gets blocked, so I wasn't able to upload it onto YouTube. But I did, you know what I'm saying, with the gang. So appreciate everyone that was in that listening party, fam. You know what I'm saying, man, like Benjamin Tabs and all of them thing there, fam. You know what I'm saying, the gang. You know what I'm saying, that's an IRL man them, and also everyone else that's part of the MLC community, fam. You know what I'm saying. But I'm your host. Man line Jazz, MLC and Jazz, or just, you know what I'm saying, Jazz, fam. Whatever you want to call me and them thing there, fam. Follow up the channels and them thing there, MLC Music, main reaction channel, second reaction channel, all my social media links, fam. You know what I'm saying? Let's get into this, fam. You know what I'm saying? Alright, so if you listen to MLC Choppa's interview on The Breakfast Club, you would remember Charlemagne saying that, oh, I thought this one was going to be like spiritual, blah, blah, blah. I thought you were going to like tap into like deeper topics, all of them thing there. And then he was like, oh, but when I actually listened to it, it was more on the so-called violent side, blood. Now let's get one thing out the way, blood. When MLC Choppa was then spiritual, when he had his spiritual awakening, you know what I'm saying? When he, I don't know, well, I opened the door to being a better person, a more complete human being. In terms of what I think, his music just got more versatile. You know what I mean? I feel like when people, Choppa actually did address it in the Breakfast Club interview, saying that basically when he did turn to, like, you know what I'm saying, his more spiritual side, he did announce that he's not going to do no more music that, you know what I'm saying, entices violence, is about violence, or is speaking on violence or whatever. That was kind of a bad move, because obviously now he dibble and dabbles into both fields. Personally, I don't mind that. He shouldn't have said that statement, but I don't mind that, because I always say the world isn't black and white, the world isn't 50-50, fam. No one's good or bad, you know what I'm saying, blood? No one's spiritual or violent, you get me, blood? Even when it comes to, you know what I'm saying, look at it when in terms of where you come from, blood. You're never 100% from this place or that country, blood. You know what I'm saying? You have bits and bobs from all over the world and them thing there. You know what I'm saying, blood? Nothing is 50-50, nothing is black and white. You know what I'm saying, blood? Nothing is evil and good. Nothing, no one's religious and not really. You know what I'm saying, blood? Like, just better examples, fam. Nothing is just black and white. So when it came to him having a spiritual awakening, it just made him more versatile, blood. And I don't see what the problem is, because everyone's complaining. Look at the baby, blood. Oh, he always has the same flow, blood. The guy has no versatility. Then you have someone like MLC Choppa, who is versatile, and it's still a problem. Make up your mind, people, blood. You know what I'm saying, fam? Just had to get that off my chest real quick, blood. You know what I'm saying? Because now he can serve it up to you in different ways. You don't know how he's gonna come, blood. People are expecting the spiritual ish, but they got a bit of both on the album. You know what I'm saying? So you never know what to expect, man. It just makes the artist more unpredictable in them thing there. But hey, let's get into number 5, fam. I can't lie, I had to take that off real quick, blood, you know what I'm saying, blood? Because I know for a fact I'm going to start moving about, it's going to get hella hot, blood, you know what I'm saying? My personality is shining, aura shining, YouTube channels shining and them thing there. That my clothing as well, shining, blood. You man can't handle that, blood, you know what I'm saying, fam? I'm not trying to blind you by my grace. Anyway, blood, final warning now, you man already know, blood. You man already know. How did MLC Choppa come into the scene, fam? You know what I'm saying? He came into the scene lit, blood, doing the... You know what I'm saying, blood? Doing all of them things there, blood, so bruv. There, blood, so bruv. Final warning had to be on here, blood. I had to definitely have a tune on here that represented his old self, fam. You know what I'm saying, blood? Ain't no way we couldn't have some turn shit on this top 5 right here, blood. And final warning definitely has to be in here, fam. You know what I'm saying? Go look at the video and them thing there. Him and the man them just absolutely acting a fool, fam. Like a gas station or whatever. IYB could have made it onto here, because that was literally just like a minute 50 of him just pure buzzing and them thing there. But Final Warning, it had a bit of both. The song had like structure and them thing there. The chorus was cold. You know what I'm saying? It did get me lit as well, fam. Everyone was listening to it, fam, in terms of impact and all of them thing there. Even people that don't listen to NLE Choppa around me was like, yeah, Final Warning. Actually, it's actually a cold track, blood. So it definitely had to be in here, fam. You know what I'm saying? 1000%. Bruv, I always say this, blood. I always say, actually, have I said this? No, I've always said this, blood. You see, when it comes to an artist can go onto a mellow type beat and make the tune hella lit, blood. An artist can go onto a hella lit beat and turn it down. You know what I'm saying, blood? It just all depends how the artist wants to approach this. You know what I'm saying? Because in terms of hype build, in terms of tempo, this guy could have chose a way more jumpier beat that you know what I'm saying, accompanied the bars that he was basically talking about. But the beat that he chose, it wasn't too hyped, but it wasn't too turned down as well. It was like right in the middle. And by the time, you know what I'm saying, the assertion in his voice, the way he was delivering the bars, what he was talking about, from, you know what I'm saying, the references, blood, you know what I'm saying, I'm still a grave digger, you know what I'm saying, blood. That's what made the song hella lit and them thing there, fam. You know what I'm saying? It's all about how an artist approaches a beat, man. You know what I'm saying? The beat doesn't make the song, the artist makes the song, fam. You know what I'm saying? What made this song even more deep? You know what? Let me go find the mugshot furthermore, blood. Let me go find the mugshot, blood. Let me go find this mugshot, man. Let me go find this mugshot. Because this literally came out when obviously NLE Choppa got arrested, and you know what I'm saying, his old wifey and all of them thing, their ex and all of them thing there was basically accusing him of certain things that he didn't do. You know what I'm saying? NLE Choppa mugshot, blood. You know what I'm saying, fam? This mugshot right here, blood. This mugshot, smiling in my mugshot because I know the bond money good, fam. Go in, you know what I'm saying, go in jail, come out the next day, fam, to the whatever county police, you know what I'm saying, suck my, and suck, you know what I'm saying, blood. Like, bro, he was talking, fam. RIP X as well, fam, you know what I mean, blood. But hey, he was talking on that track right there, blood. And that's what made it even cold. Oh, yo, NLE Choppa just got arrested. Next day, you know what I said? No, it was NLE Choppa got arrested. Then we see this all over the internet. He comes out the next day. I swear man was dancing in front of the effing police station or whatever as well, blood. And then dropped this tune as well, fam. Listen, fam. That's what I'm saying. Because if you don't know NLE Choppa, you might not know the turn of events that led to this release of this tune right here. But if you definitely know how each of the events went, blood, this tune gets even harder, fam. You know what I'm saying? So it definitely had to be on here, fam. You know what I'm saying? On to the next track from number 4. Yeah, man. One thing I always say about NLE Choppa is that when it comes to audible production on a track, and when it comes to visual production, you know what I'm saying, in terms of music videos and all of them thing there, blood, the guy always comes 10-10. And when it came to this music video, blood, all my days, blood. Bruv, the girls were hot, fam. The video itself was hot. The bars were hot, blood. It was hot in the scenes and them thing there. Just pure fire sparkles and all of them thing there going absolutely everywhere, blood. The video was crazy, fam. And the quality of the video was, bruv, listen, fam. And that's the thing about this album right here. Every single video that came out with each tune was on a different type of level, blood. You know what I mean? And because I listen to NLE Choppa all the time, I kind of follow his story, you know what I'm saying? I follow his other channels. I also have other knowledge of certain things of how these songs also came about, you know what I'm saying, blood? So it's not just about the music, blood. You know what I'm saying? It's about how these songs came about, fam, you know what I'm saying? How they were releasing all of them things, their visuals, you know what I mean? Like, all of that, I'm taking all of that into consideration, blood. Because when it comes to NLE Choppa and his, what do you call it? When it just comes to his whole entity, blood, when it comes to this music scene, fam, the guy, bro, his work rate is 10-10. Even his mum said it, you know what I'm saying, on one of Mama Choppa's videos on the channel as well, fam. Subscribe to her as well. Literally, NLE Choppa's mum, who is his manager, was literally saying that, yo, my son has literally overtaken me when it comes to this work rate thing, you know what I mean? He literally works 2, 3, 4 times harder than me, you know what I'm saying? Man hardly sleeps, and you can definitely see it with the bars, you know what I'm saying? Even when it comes to appreciation to the people on YouTube, because he literally did a whole video where he was like giving thanks to like all the different reactors, you know what I'm saying, shouted out hella reactors, small reactors, big reactors, all of them thing. There are people that are known, not known. And then obviously with the spiritual thing, he's got his own like brands and all of them thing. There's CMOS, all of these like different like natural products and all of them thing that he's saying. Like, bruv, listen, fam, The guy is very cold with it, blood, in all aspects. You get me? It's not like, oh, he's good here, but he's bad there. He's good here, but nah, I'm saying everything, you know what I'm saying, in terms of the quality, it's all on the same caliber. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man. Let me listen to a bit more of the tune, get my thoughts. I'll be right back with you, man. Listen, the hook on this as well was absolutely cold, blood. The hook on this was absolutely cold. When it comes to sound effects, blood, you know what I'm saying, just making random sound effects, ad-libs on all of them thing there, and then these Choppers is definitely one of the coldest out here. And when it comes to Moneybagg Yo as well, I think this is the first tune that I've heard him on ever since his album, which was very cold as well. People that didn't like Moneybagg Yo, I think the album literally kind of like certified his name to like, not necessarily the haters, but the people that weren't really like taking to him like that. I feel like he kind of proved the point with the album. And to see him on this right here as well, you know what I'm saying, short, sweet, and he delivered from, you know what I'm saying, slotted him perfectly to this tune right here, you know what I'm saying. So Hot Blood, definitely one of the hottest on the album, 1000%. And I was low key, this record right here, it could have made my top 3. I can't even lie to you, but you know what I'm saying? Yeah, there's just other tunes on there as well, blood. That, you know what I mean, blood? You man will see anyway, man. You'll see, blood. On to the next one, number 3, blood. Uno, dos, tres. You know, yeah, you know, hey. You see, in this modern day music industry, it's like talent isn't enough. Yeah, you gotta have the talent, which NLE Choppa definitely has. We also gotta have a knowledge of the game. You know what I mean? That's why you got to have different people playing their roles, so that you're not, you know what I'm saying, you don't have to concentrate on absolutely everything. So yeah, I can produce dope music, you know what I'm saying, producky, I'm clued up about different parts of the game, but more times you want a certain specialist in just one sector so that they can concentrate on that part, whether it's, you know what I'm saying, who to go on a feature with, who's the most popping artist, you know what I'm saying? When you put your things into the algorithm, what to put, you know what I'm saying? Just different things like that. And that's what this guy did perfectly, blood, you know what I'm saying? Obviously the pushing P is absolutely blown up. Who was on it? Young Thug. Calm, get Young Thug back on this thing again. Make the, you know what I'm saying, make him kind of do a certain flow that was on the pushing P remix, blood. Listen to the start of the song, or what should I say, when Young Thug came in, blood. Bro, if he killed his verse. I'm not even gonna, you know what I'm saying, translate what man said and all of them thing there, because he was chatting brazy and them thing there, you know what I'm saying? Man was chatting hella greased up when it come to the ladies and them thing there, you know what I'm saying? But also, one thing I gotta say, also, when it comes to your favorite artists and your rappers and all of them thing there, listen to like the interviews, because I listened to Young Thug's Breakfast Club interview that was on there from like 2 months ago. It made me like the guy even more. Same thing with Gunna for his album, he was on the Breakfast Club as well. You know, sometimes when it comes to like seeing artists out of the element in the music industry, sometimes it can kind of like, I don't really rate this guy, so I'm gonna just stick to his music. But sometimes as well, more times than not, when you see them out the element, just talking regular, having genuine conversations, you know what I'm saying, it makes you connect with them even more, understand them on a different level as well. So I'll definitely say that. NLE Choppa also had his Breakfast Club interview as well, you know what I'm saying, the other day, so definitely check that out as well, blood, you know what I'm saying. But on to the next tune. And then Choppa, I see what you did with this one. This was definitely a pushing P remix, man. You know what I'm saying? I see what you did, fam. Now you smart, little nigga. You know what I'm saying? You smart, you clued up, you know what I'm saying? Anyway, on to the next one, man. If you're going to listen to any of these songs, if this is your first time seeing NLE Choppa, blood, you know what I mean, you haven't really listened to the album, even if you have listened to the album, stop, you know what, stop this video, type in NLE Choppa Stompin, and listen to the bars and flows that he taps into on this first verse. Listen, play the song and just listen. Just listen to the song, fam. Listen to like halfway and then come back, blood, and that will tell you why I put this thing right here, blood, like, fam, he spazzed on this, blood. Everyone's chatting about Shotta Flow 6, blood. Stompin, oh, blood. The first verse on Stompin is absolutely ridiculous, blood. Out with a beanbag, something with a deuce, and I'm gonna boom, you know what I'm doing? Like, bro, he went crazy, blood. And I would want to insert audible clips so that you man can actually understand what I'm saying, blood. But I don't want this video to get blocked, blood. So we ain't gonna do that. But I'm telling you, blood, Stompin is a ridiculous track, fam. The flows that he tapped into on this one right here were absolutely, bro, he went berserk, fam. Berserk, blood. Try grab this chain, you're going to die in that motion. Leave you stuck, hip, no. you what the guy said, man. Let me repeat it for you, blood. You try snatch this chain, you're going to die in that motion, leave you stuck. Hypnosis, bro. The bars that this guy, the schemes that this guy was on. Man said this guy's gonna. That's how man's leaving you, blood. In that motion, fam, stuck. Hypnosis, fam. Like, bruv, the schemes this guy was going on in this track were absolutely ridiculous, fam. You know what I'm saying, blood? But when it comes to my top 5, I gotta like the tune from basically start to finish, blood. If I like a tune, but there's like a bit in the tune that I kind of don't like, it can't be on the top 5 because a part of the tune that you gotta like it from second one all the way to the end. But that's low-key why Stompin is right here, blood. You know what I'm saying? And why the number 1 track is what you're about to see. Also, when it comes to Still Hood, I think it was, and also Youngest to Do It, because people say, oh, this album was hella violent. It wasn't. There was even, I can't remember what tune it was, but I was reacting to it. There was because I was saying, when it comes to NLE Choppa, it's like sometimes when he does his track, he's just purely on spiritual-ish, or he's chatting hella grease and like chatting kind of, you know what I'm saying, about the road-ish and all of them thing there. But I was like, NLE Choppa could literally combine the both, and there was a track where he actually did that. He combined the spiritual-ish, and he also combined the gangster talk together, but I can't remember which track it was, blood. When I was reacting to it doing the listening party on Twitch, fam, I remember hearing that track, but I can't remember exactly which one it was. But also, Still Hood and Youngest to Do It, those were on more like a sentimental, let me actually really talk to you on some real-ish type of ish. I wanted one of them to be in here, but fam, I'm telling you, man, these tracks were just too hot, blood. You know what I mean? I couldn't just put a track in there because it's a certain type of track. I gotta put it in there because of its credibility and the way it holds on the album. You know what I mean? But I did want to put like Still Hood and Youngest to Do It. Those are kind of different to all the rest of the tracks. I wanted to put one of them in there, but I low-key couldn't, fam. You know what I'm saying? So, on to number 1, fam. On to number 1. I think you might already know, but you might already know which one it is, man. But let's get into it, fam. You know what I'm saying? Let's go. When it comes to music trilogies, this is one of the biggest in the modern game. He said he wasn't gonna do one. He did it again. The music video was absolutely ridiculous, blood. He gave us multiple scenes and even brought back a scene that was absolutely iconic with Don't Be a Menace, and he absolutely killed it at the end, blood. Like, bro, there's so many different technicalities that go into why this music video right here is Shotta, bro. Why this video or music track or whatever, Shotta Flow 6 is in here, blood. There's a plethora of reasons, blood. The flows the guy tapped into, blood, you know what I'm saying? Literally, blood. With the verses, it's like every single verse he gives you 2 or 3 different flows. It was absolutely ridiculous, blood. How many scenes did he give you, blood? I'm sure you can't even remember all of them, blood. You know what I'm saying, blood? Even a certain iconic scene with the Black Panther and all of them things that shout out to the melanin. You know what I'm saying, bro? Because, yeah, that was a good watch, though. You can't even lie, you know what I'm saying? But listen, man, there's multiple technicalities to why this song right here is number 1, blood. You know what I mean, blood? Obviously, man. And go look at the reaction. Just type in Shotta Flow 6 reactions. You know what I mean, blood? You'll see why, man. You'll see why. Bro, NLE Choppa's stage presence when it comes to, like, just performing in general, fam, the guy always kills it, man. The Melly scene, blood, free Melly. And then he shot the 2 guys in the car and them thing there, then jumped out the car, did the little slide in them thing there, blood, then got jumpy with it with his shoulders, like, bruh. This tune was, bro, did this guy even take a breath during this tune? I can't low-key, blood. Like, he was just going ham, blood. Like, bro, did the guy even take a breath, blood? The guy was going brazy, man. But I don't think I even need to say, you know what I mean, much about this track right here, blood. I think you might already know why it's also number 6. Also, if you type in Awakened Choppa, he literally did like a lyrical breakdown of this tune right here, blood. And if he's doing a lyrical breakdown of this tune, I think you also know that this is probably the best tune on the album, because the artist himself, out of all the tunes, he chose to do this one, blood. Like, come on, fam. Shotta Flow is obviously iconic, blood. When it comes to the drill trilogies in, you know what I say, modern day history, modern day music and all of them things, they're just music trilogies in general, fam. Shotta Flow's obviously got to be. Then every single video was brazy, because when the video started, he was like leaning out a car, and I was like, oh, don't tell me shit, he's about to do like some basic ass video, and it just got better and better and better and better and better, blood. The flows were absolutely ridiculous, man. Barely took a breath. The schemes that man was going on as well, blood, like, bruh. And the thing is with him as well, he's got like witty slash funny bars as well, you know what I mean? So it makes the verse more enjoyable. He will talk about some real ish, he will go on some gangster ish, then say something hella funny and them thing there, you know what I mean? So yeah, man. And also when it comes to his personality and the way he portrays it on screen as well, also very funny, you know what I mean? So that's obviously why Shotta Flow 6 is in here. But hey, hopefully you man enjoyed this video. That's your boy Manline Jazz, done with the me versus me top 5 and them thing there. Subscribe to the channel, you know what I'm saying, follow up. And Chopper, if you're watching this by any chance, fam, you know what I'm saying, when I react to your videos, blood, let them slide, man. You know what I'm saying, blood? I can understand if you blocked everyone, blood, but you know what I'm saying, blood? I try to upload my video, I get blocked, go into any Chopper did the reactions, everyone else is reacting to it, you know what I'm saying? Like, me slide, fam, you know what I'm saying? The UK fucks with you, bro. We fucks with you over here, you know what I'm saying, blood? But hey, hopefully you man enjoyed, and I'll catch you on the next one. In a bit, people. I'm gone.
Bar after bar after bar after bar after bar, I'm too persistent. Whipping comment, no cast. Get it on my own, no collab. But if a bar with me, that's a body bag. Your mans want smoke, then he leaves with a toe tag. Whole squad hit with a double mag Glock. Got left in the street and the body's getting chucked. Bullets with names and your shit's getting popped. Better be with me and the bag's getting cocked. Still gotta chase the bag, humble. Ain't gotta brag in the league on my own and my stats getting flagged. Hit me for the feet, got verses in stats. Come through like the queen, gotta pay that tax.